Hey everyone, welcome back to the Bitten by a Kitten YouTube channel. This is Jamie, I'm the director of Bitten by a Kitten Rescue. And yes, it's been a while since I posted a video. Why? Well, I'm getting ready to open a cat sanctuary right here in the East Bay area, California. With all the licensing and permitting and moving kitties, I'm sure you get how it goes. Anyway, with that said, I had an urgent care kitten brought to my care by the name of Peaches. Peaches came in at 7 weeks old and weighs under a pound. She is just barely over a half pound, as a matter of fact. She was severely dehydrated, throwing up, and had severe diarrhea. The first thing I did was I headed directly to my cabinet where I had a feline panleukopenia test and tested her. She had a faint positive. However, the overall test, even with the control line, seemed a bit blurry, so I wanted to wait a full 24 hours and try to retest her today. However, even something that looks like a faint positive is always treated as a positive until you get the test results showing otherwise. So I went ahead and decided to retest her today, and dun dun dun, we have got a negative test result. However, with the recent strain that's been going around in this area, some kittens are testing negative repeatedly and then suddenly testing positive. So I don't know if it has to do with the incubation time or whatever. So I'm still treating her as though she has it, just to make sure that she doesn't spread anything to anybody else. In the meantime, I thought that this would be a wonderful opportunity to actually discuss panleukopenia, because it is a serious virus and it should not ever be taken lightly. Feline panleukopenia is a very, and I mean very, contagious virus. It essentially is the cat form of the parvovirus, and it is a form of parvovirus. So if you know what parvo does to a dog, then you have an idea of what Panleuk will do to a cat. Essentially, panleukopenia is extremely contagious, and it goes directly in and starts attacking the cells of the stomach lining of that cat, and then it goes to the lymph nodes and the bone marrow. And this can lead to severe depression, severe diarrhea, throwing up, emaciation, dehydration, you get it. Essentially, the only way to help a kitten recover from this is to treat the symptoms until the virus runs its course. The problem with panleukopenia, though, is that it will stay in the atmosphere for up to a year, sometimes longer. This thing will find a host and attach itself to it and repeatedly do everything it can to try to survive. So a lot of rescuers have a protocol where if they have a Panleuk kitty, they will not foster for at least a year after the virus has completely left the home. My primary vet for the rescue doesn't allow anyone who is working with her to foster kittens for 2 years after that virus has entered their home. And I can honestly understand why, because I had a set of kittens, my first 2 kittens that I fostered with panleukopenia, recovered them, waited a year to foster again, fostered again after that year, and I had a few get sick. They were vaccinated, so the process wasn't as bad, it wasn't as severe, but I had to fully recover them. So I waited another year to foster, and it was just a process like that. So it didn't continue going on, but I literally had to throw everything those kittens got in contact with away. Sanitize the floors, sanitize the walls. And it's just a devastating mess, especially if people start losing animals over it. I don't know how many times I've popped on social media and seen really, really qualified fosters. And I'm talking people who have been in the industry and know the ins and outs of fostering, have been fostering for years, who have had their kitten nursery end up with it and a really not nice version of it, and they've lost their own grown cats who were vaccinated and have had to literally throw everything away and just watched cat after cat, kitten after kitten, one by one, like dominoes, die. So I know a lot of people make it look like it's easy to recover from this, and I know a lot of people have recovered from it. I've been thankfully able to handle it, get the kittens recovered, and move on from it the times it has been in my home. However, there is a darker side of it, and that's why a lot of vets and a lot of people really don't mess with it. If you take a kitten to a shelter, ordinarily they will euthanize it on the spot once they find out it has Panleuk. Now, with all of that said, I was hoping to do a more practical visual video for you guys. there are stories that we all see on socials where people are like, oh, I brought this kitten home and introduced it to my other cat and they immediately fell in love, or my other dog, and you know, the list goes on. And those are beautiful, heart-touching stories. But some not so beautiful, heart-touching things happen, especially in the rescue community, as I've witnessed many times, when we bring home kittens or puppies and don't wait at least 2 weeks and have them quarantined for that 2 weeks before introducing them to our other animals. No matter what vet tells you, even if you've taken them that day to the vet, the day that you rescue them to the vet, no matter what they tell you, you need to quarantine, because panleukopenia in and of itself has a 2 to 10 day incubation period, meaning it can carry that virus on it for up to 10 days without testing positive for it, which it puts even your vaccinated cat at risk, because yes, just like vaccinated people get COVID, vaccinated cats can get panleukopenia, and it may be a lighter case of it, but it's not a virus you want to mess with. I've also done videos in the past on calicivirus, upper respiratory infections, and parasites. So essentially those things do take time to incubate. They could have easily come in contact with an animal the day you rescued them, and you wouldn't know for up to 2 weeks whether or not they're sick. So essentially, you want to put your current animal's health and safety at the highest of high priorities. Put the little one off in a room to the side to be observed, where it can be comfortably able to play and enjoy you one-on-one and get to know you for that 2 weeks, and then slowly introduce them to your other pets so that the two can gradually get to know each other. Anyway, I hope that this video was informative and helpful to you guys. If you found it helpful, please give me a like and a follow. You can also follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook under Bitten by a Kitten Rescue. Instagram is Bitten by a Kitten 9. TikTok is Bitten by a Kitten 9. I'll put the handles for both of those in the description of this video. Facebook is Bitten by a Kitten Rescue. Anyhow, until next time, you guys have a great day and stay safe.